Welcome to the land of Barovia, my pets. I am Lord Strahd von Zarovich, and this is my domain. What you will encounter in this land will haunt your nightmares and your waking hours alike. Many folk have come to my realm trying to defeat me in the past 400 years of my reign. None yet have come close to accomplishing the task. The newest group to forego this undertaking is a bunch of ramshackles and misbegotten half-breeds. Why they have come to my land is the question. Have they come seeking the vast treasures hidden in the four corners of my realm? Do they yearn for power that only I can give them? Were they sent by the gods in a last-ditch attempt to overthrow me? We shall soon find out, for this is their story. Welcome to Barovia and the curse of Strahd.
I was scouting an eerie. I'm just gonna say I was scouting something in the woods. I don't really know you, so I'm not gonna give you much information. As far as my friend or foe, I should be asking the people who set me on fire.
Maybe don't come up with your weapon drawn and you won't catch on fire.
Agreed.
That's fair enough if I were in control of that action.
Oh, more chips,
Are you in control of your actions now?
To the best of my awareness.
Well done. After, I just want to say, after you got hit by that a fire, thank you for actually attacking him, by the way, you felt a divine presence pull out of your body.
That's what she said.
Okay, pull out of your mind.
That device really pulled
This
out
is
Game
PG,
Strong.
okay?
Thank you.
We should have specified that before we started, and I'm going to use the Switch's mental state here. Give me a minute.
This is supposed to be a PG encounter.
Anyhow, yeah. To the best of my awareness, yes, I am of my own control. I felt a presence within me that evidently was as much of a fan of fire as I am.
So not very?
Not very.
Okay.
I'll believe you for now, but I'm going to keep my eye on you.
Well, that makes two of us.
I'm surprised you're not keeping your eye on Teal.
I mean, it's a dragonborn and Spatfire. I'm
I'm
Used to
capable
that.
of being badass.
I mean,
I'm used to that.
They're
At this
kind
point.
of base instinct creatures. Fire, dude drawing his weapon,
Yeah.
makes
I
sense.
just got pulled into an eerie mist.
That too.
Well, I've been here. Didn't you say I've been
You've
here?
been here 2 weeks. Okay. Anyone want to ask some relevant questions?
Do you know where we are?
Not really. I've been here for a short while. I know currently we're in the woods in a place that isn't where we were.
You're not in the woods. It's
Oh,
tall grass all around you.
Clearing, my bad. We're in a clearing that is in a place that we were not originally.
Mention the mist.
How'd you get here?
Jesus Christ.
I'm
Sorry.
getting there.
Um,
I want to make him mention it first.
I was at home and mist encroached on my land. I decided to try and walk through it to get where I needed to go and didn't end up where I was trying to go.
What kind of mist?
Eerie, something otherworldly, very, very green.
The same thing happened to us.
Well, it would appear then that we may be more friend than foe.
For now.
How do you spell your name?
You said for now, then the music picked up, and it was beautiful.
That was an in-character sigh at you, by the way.
Okay. So y'all have kind of introduced yourselves.
I'm withholding a lot.
Well, everyone's withholding a lot.
I'm going to put my swords away. What is your name?
You can call me Vulpus.
It's interesting.
I will sheathe my axe. I'm assuming I'm carrying it on my back.
Yeah, I would like to point out you asked me if I'm friend or foe, but you're all the ones with weapons out when I put my sword away as soon as I had control back.
That is true.
My weapon,
We
I
didn't
only
trust
had my
you.
hand on my weapon. My weapon was still put away.
Didn't we just finish fighting a dragon? What did we finish fighting?
Wizard?
Well, the last thing you guys
Yeah.
fought.
Well, a wizard that turned into a dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a flame skull.
We're a little
Flame
on
skull
edge.
and a tiny
We're
ass little
still a
creature
little
sitting
on
by
edge
Pop.
here.
Say, I apologize for having my weapon drawn, but we're a little on edge. We've encountered some shit.
We've seen some things.
I suppose I can relate, and I'll go ahead and bow to you.
I then sheathe my great axe. And
I like how you incorporated my bow into that.
Well, yours was. This is the.
Oh,
This is more military.
Okay.
I'm Thea. I'm new to the group. Very quickly.
I am Nagol. Do not fuck with me.
Same goes for you, dwarf.
I'm Teal,
Watch
or
it.
I'll be putting your ass on fire.
Yeah, as we saw.
That can be accomplished.
Has everyone introduced
No,
themselves?
I have
think
not.
so.
I don't really care much for him.
Okay.
So.
Well,
She's
I
got
mean,
her
you
nose
notice
in the
that he
I,
is.
I say the two of us are glaring
Yeah.
back and forth
Yeah,
this
you
whole
notice
time.
that he is a half elf, and
And I
I
can
mean-
tell she's high elf.
yeah.
Yeah.
Moon elves recognize each other fairly well, too.
And you can tell that I'm of nobility.
I know you're of nobility. And
I'm an
I'm
elf.
assuming because like you said, all the elf clans were tight knit as far as news networks goes. That you know of.
So you're half moon elf?
So you're only
Yes.
staring at her. I'm also an elf too, so.
She's high moon elf though. I'm half moon
I'm
elf.
better than he
I know.
She
In your
thinks.
point of view.
She thinks.
She acts as though she's.
Okay. Looking around, you see it is a generally flat, open area filled with tall, dry grass. There is a pond to the left of you guys.
Wait,
Let's go fishing.
since you just threw some fire at him, is some of the
No.
grass on fire?
It's about 3 feet tall, not 6.
Let's say
Yeah, I'm
Australia.
6 foot tall.
Yeah, it blasted him in the shoulder, so no.
Oh, I don't know.
No, this is not a cruise.
Oh.
Anyways, looking around, you guys see it's full of tall, dry grass. There's a pond to the left of you. Kind of behind your group and encompassing around in like a half dome type thing is said dark green mist. It is slowly creeping towards you, allowing only the east as a way of escape.
Well, I assume that walking into the green mist can only throw us further into a tizzy. So how about we go the other direction?
I agree.
I'm with you on that one.
All right, I think we're heading to the west.
Thank God. East.
Sorry,
You head west, you head
yeah,
into the mist.
sorry, I was trying to remember which.
East.
No, wait.
I thought you said we.
It is west.
It is west.
You're
Like I
west.
said, you said it was encroaching
Yeah,
from the east.
Yeah, it's encroaching from the east. So you guys are heading west.
I was right. Damn it.
After walking several yards, you guys come upon a path. It's tamped down by foot. It appears to be an old dirt road. Nothing really distinguishing about it. It just heads in a very direct western route.
I mean, we're
So
heading
almost
this way
like it
anyways.
leads to
So
a town.
Let's take the path.
and just take the path. Path leads to civilization.
You guys head towards the path, or you guys head along the path. You guys are walking for a good 2-3 hours, not really anything happening. Wherein you're just kind of looking around, noticing the weather seems to be overcast, not really seeming to want to rain, but no true sunlight. Excuse me. No true sunlight is showing through the clouds either. As you guys are walking down the path heading west, the mist is almost seemingly following you guys, preventing you guys from heading any other direction.
Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Okay.
I'm gonna grumble pretty much the whole way.
You guys continue walking on to the beginning of a large, dark woods. The path seems to cut straight through it. You see that on one of the branches stands a lone raven that calls out menacingly towards you.
Can I shoot the raven?
So that raven seems like an omen.
It's up to you.
Before either of them do that, I want to reach out to it with arcane senses,
What's that gonna do?
arcana. Just see if there's any magical. I guess that'd be a detect magic. I don't have
You
that.
don't
Never
have
mind.
detect
Never
magic.
mind.
Okay. So you.
I was
shoot towards
thinking
the
of a
raven.
different rule
I'm
format.
going to shoot it with my short bow. And I got a 2.
You miss.
Got you. You draw your weapon and point towards the raven. Just as you're about to draw, it caws out menacingly towards you, and your arrow breaks in half. And it flutters away.
Well, that answers my question.
Let me just say, it's a good thing you didn't shoot it. Yeah. So do you guys decide to head into the dark woods, or do you want to stay in this open area of nothingness with the...
Well, after that,
mist
I'm
creeping
going to
towards you
try
guys?
and sneak into the woods and hide from, like, the edge of the woods, off the path.
I will say the trees are very tightly fit together. It's not one giant ass tree, but it's multiple trees with like just very small room between the trunks. The only way forward is the path.
Oh, well, never mind.
I mean,
Well, the mist is still creeping towards us, so I say we keep moving.
I agree.
I'd have to concur.
I don't like this mist, so let's just keep going.
Walking forward, you step into these dark, ominous woods. The trees almost seem to lean in as you pass them. Almost the branches are down lower to you, don't have any leaves whatsoever, but they almost seem to be reaching out to grab you. They don't get close, but it almost seems like they are wanting to ensnare you. You walk along for another hour or two, and you come across a large gate. This gate, if I can go away, find it. This gate has high stone buttresses looming gray in the fog. Huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. 2 headless statues of armed guardians flank the gate, their heads now laying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you only in silence.
Only one way forward from what I see.
I'd have to agree.
Can I throw a stone over the gate to see if anything...
They're like 60 feet tall.
Oh.
I mean, it's one hell of a swing, but you can.
It's an iron? Like
It's
you can see
60
through it?
feet tall, solid iron gates. You can't see through it.
Oh.
There's blocked off wood to each side of you, and the mist is slowly creeping in. Essentially, you can investigate what's in the area, run back towards the mist, or head towards the gate.
Like I said,
We're being
I
pushed
really
through the
only
gate.
see one way through. I don't like being forced to go places, but
I
see
think,
any other
Louisiana would not be a very good move.
What?
Keep our stealth and not throw shit at the door.
Well, I was gonna, if it was a see-through gate, I was gonna throw it over the gate to see if anything...
Yeah, no,
happened
it's
if
not a
it-
see-through gate.
Yeah, let's just wait. Enter the gate or walk
Yeah.
around the gate.
enter. You have to enter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you walk to the gate.
Yeah,
gate.
walk to the
You
gate.
walk up to the gate. As you approach the gate, the doors swing open, screeching as the hinges move. As the last of you passes through the gates, the doors slam shut and lock with a resounding clang.
Cool, we've gone from getting chased from mist to getting chased by doors. Sweet.
Towering trees whose tops are lost in the heavy gray mist block out all but a death gray light. The tree trunks are unnaturally close to one another once again, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream.
Yeah, man.
Who's got the highest highest perception score?
Um,
Actually, you know what? Vulpus, roll smell.
smell. I like that.
My perception
That
is
is
plus
a
4.
12 or a 8. So we're going 15.
Can
You catch.
Can Maxwell also roll because he has
I've got a better
advantage
sneak
on
with 10.
perception,
So I plus 4.
Right.
hearing,
you
and
can.
smell?
That can be our 2. We have 2 smellers.
Yeah, go ahead.
2 sniffers.
That's a 7 and an 11. Do I add perception onto that?
That would be
Yeah, you add
Yeah.
perception.
So 14 would be the highest then.
14, so you still got it.
15.
You catch the scent of death in the air, leading kind of off to the left, off the path.
Is this a gory death in the air scent, or is this just old?
It smells kind of old, but
Alright.
Mothballs.
I'm going to keep my eyes on the left of the woods, but we're going to continue forward. Or at least I'm going to continue forward. I won't speak for the whole group. I'll inform them of how do I want to put that? I would keep my eyes on the woods to the left, is what I'll say.
I'm going to instruct Maxwell to kind of follow the group like to the left. Like if we're all here, Maxwell's kind of like on the outside of the group on the left a little
He's
bit.
a barrier too.
He's kind of like a barrier, so so if anything like we're all of a sudden like come out of the woods or something were to happen, Maxwell would be there to kind of
Maxwell's the first encounter.
sense that.
I want to
maybe.
keep my head out to be able to see past Maxwell, though.
okay.
Yeah, Maxwell like is how tall?
6 foot.
Like, Maxwell's like right over here beside the group. Just
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
walking along, helping us out here.
So you send Maxwell to be at the left of the group.
But he's not like outside of the group, if that makes sense. He's
No.
just in
Yeah, that's fine. You send him to the left side of the group. He goes there as you guys start walking forward. He sniffs again and actually heads towards where that scent was originating.
The one that
Yo,
I
your
smelled?
dial rolls.
Yeah,
Run
well, you both
away.
smelled it.
Well, right, but I'm asking you.
Yes,
Okay.
Maxwell, heal. Come here.
he does not listen. He
I'm-
goes about 15 feet into the woods and kind of. It's not a howl, but he's barking, trying to. It almost seems like he's trying to get your attention.
Could I do a weird thing and try to communicate with Maxwell with advantage
What's your
from
animal
my
handling?
my animal handling is 2.
Mine is
I
plus
say,
4.
but I am.
What?
I mean,
Mine's plus 4.
I have 3.
Jesus Christ!
oh, I was also
That's badass.
I was also thinking on the grounds that him and I share common ground.
Ish. You're a werewolf. He's a dire wolf.
Yeah, but
I'm just
You
friendly
can't
to
speak
animals,
animal.
so if you need another person,
yeah, but I might be able to
watch him, I've
understand
got
some
plus
other
4.
canines. That's why I'm asking to roll for it, not translate.
Go ahead.
It's a 10 plus 2, so 12.
12. Okay. You get from his bark a sense of
Anxiety.
he's found something.
That's something. All right, so I'll yell out to Nagel. Say, he says he's found something.
How did you do that?
We don't need to talk about that right now. It's not
Oh, I
pertinent
see.
information to you.
Was that in character?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
I don't know. I knew it was in
That's funny.
character because I was asking in character.
If you guys want, okay, I'll just do it this way, and I'm not going to be a total dick about it. But if you guys want to break character, just say break character or something.
Okay, so otherwise we are in character.
I would like it to be.
Jerry is wanting some heavy role playing.
Yeah, namely for the sake of the story, but also
It's more fun.
I like role playing, so
It's more fun.
I can be down for that. All right.
not that kind of pervert.
I was about to say that's kinky.
I thought you
I
said
know. I
that.
kept
I
looking
did.
at
I-
him like, why
I
did
didn't
I
think
not
anyone
know
heard
this?
me.
I didn't hear you, but I saw the look on her face.
I said I like heard it just really.
I mean, whatever we no, no, yeah. So
Okay.
just consider that.
Well, if
I
Maxwell,
understand one of our group is quite silent most of the time, so
She's a strong silent type. Until she
Who's
has to
the
light.
scary type?
Until she has to light someone on fire.
That's how I'm gonna describe you. in
No,
my
she
book,
doesn't
too.
talk
just mostly
much.
silent
She-
until it's like.
You're just
she's a
scary
woman of
badass. Like
I
we
mean,
just
she's
look in your eyes and we know what you're kind of thinking.
She's park dragon. So,
Yeah, no, I
mean,
get it.
To be fair.
I'm just understandably upset about being lit on fire.
No. Okay. So yeah, he barks out, and he noticed something that he, in his animalistic mind, thinks is pertinent to
Yeah. And
going through a random ass gray mist.
And I'll yell that out to you that your dog's found something.
Well, if he says he's found something, I trust him. I feel we have a good bond, so I draw my sword, my great sword, and I would like to very cautiously make my way towards his direction to see if I can see what he's seeing.
I'd like to follow and support with him.
I'd like to stay a little far back for some distance.
Are you on the path, or are you just heading a little bit into the woods? They're about 15 feet off the path.
If you guys would like to stay on the path, I think we can handle this.
I'd like to stay on the path, but just have my hand on my war axe, just warhammer, just to be on the safe side.
A cleric with a warhammer.
Yes.
Yeah, you gave me a warhammer.
We found
May the
it
Holy
before.
Spirit compel you.
Yeah, and he's got it has
That
plus
should be her
2.
move.
I say she's also got inflict wounds to put on it if she so
Oh
chooses.
shit.
Yeah, like I'm pretty much set for
we
a few.
gave her a couple of
Okay.
badass moves.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Continue. What do the rest of you guys want to do?
I'm gonna walk off the path slightly, like in between.
In between, not further than her, but not as far as them.
Yeah.
Okay. Teal.
I'm gonna continue on the path.
You want to continue on the path?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Are you just staying on the path, or are you walking forward?
I'm walking forward.
You are walking forward.
I
Okay.
take it back. I'm gonna be closer to Ivana because I don't want to be by myself.
Okay.
So you're just standing there like, ah.
I'm gonna just stay by the stealthy one for a hot second.
As Vulpus and Negol go towards this scent that Negol can kind of smell the origin to, and Maxwell is standing above, Thea and Felicianne kind of step off the path, not quite too far, and Teal just kind of says, "Peace, y'all," and
Keep on trucking.
keeps on walking.
I can handle
Down the path.
myself.
Okay. I love it. Okay. The foul scent, as well as Maxwell, leads you to a human corpse, half buried in the underbrush, about 15 feet away from the road. The young man appears to be a commoner. His muddy clothes appear to be tattered and raked with claw marks. Crows have been at the body, which is surrounded by several claw prints. The man has obviously been dead for several days. In his one hand, he holds a crumpled envelope. What do you do?
First thing I'd like to do, can I identify the claw marks? Is that an option?
Go ahead.
Investigation. That's a 5. I'm not a good investigator, evidently. That's a 6. 6 total.
Okay. Well, we're gonna call it. As Maxwell was running that way, he left some claw marks in the dirt as well, and you can't distinguish between the two.
Nice.
Distinguish between
Maxwell's appears to be a little bit bigger and deeper in the ground. But
Sweetie, I love you, but I'm not that skinny. I can't get through.
So I'll say off to the side to Nagol, some kind of beast, probably similar to Maxwell, but I can't be sure. And then I guess I'll try to grab the letter since Nagol hasn't moved to yet.
I'm looking at you people. My dog found it. I guess you can take the letter.
I'll go to pick up the letter.
okay, you go to pick up the letter. As you reach to pick up the letter. Jesus Christ, I keep wanting to say leather. As you go to pick up the letter, you pull it towards you. It has a distinguished seal enclosing it. However, you do not recognize the seal. However, as you go to pick it up, a object rolls out from the body. It appears to be a small switch, which you recognize as the same switch that your parents used to punish you when you were younger.
Oh, it's a switch. Oh, that kind of switch. Okay.
I don't know what you mean.
That's
It's
interesting.
literally a
Like a switchblade?
No, it's a wooden stick that was
Oh.
used to
Yeah.
reprimand
Children. Oh,
It's basically a paddle without the big area.
So basically,
So I'm
childhood
gonna-
trauma.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
gonna,
childhood trauma.
I said I'm gonna chuckle mildly, and then I'm gonna go ahead and open the letter and get into reading that.
You chuckle at this very traumatic memory of your past.
Yeah, at this point.
People can chuckle and
here's-
laugh at
here's-
awkward.
Here's
troubled
my
situations.
here's my line of thought. When I was little, I thought that thing was pure fucking evil. It was terrible, and look where we're at now. it's kind of an ironic kind of.
Y'all
funny
are
to
really
me.
killing the plot that I literally spent weeks creating.
Welcome to my world.
I sympathize with you. Okay. So you chuckle at the terrifying item from your past that is...
I'm sorry.
It appears, in fact, to be the exact same one.
Oh, okay, that's a little unsettling. You didn't tell me that part.
I said it
That
was
was
the
good.
exact same one.
Oh, okay.
That's
That
why
part's-
he was pissed at you for laughing.
That's unsettling. Okay, so it's more like a nervous chuckle.
Okay, are you just gonna leave it there?
Yeah, it's a nervous. Oh wait, leave the thing there. I'll go ahead and pick it up with the letter. I'm gonna like uncomfortably pocket it.
Okay.
You okay over there, Vulpes?
Okay is not the right word, but I'll be all right.
Anything else?
I was gonna read letter. If I
Okay.
had-
You don't want to recant?
Should I check this body, or do you have a connection to it or something? Or?
I don't know the boy, but feel
Young
free.
man.
Boy.
Well, you're an elf. So
I'm 100 years old. Oh wait, am I?
You're a little bit
I
over
forget.
100.
I can say I think I went a little over 100.
I'm
Yeah,
four-
yeah. I'm 135 years old. He's a boy.
I'm 485.
He calls you young man.
And I also fight monsters for a living. It's a boy.
Should I check this body there, kiddo? Sport?
Little tyke.
I'm gonna look at you. My eyes flare just a little bit of red through the mostly blue hue. I'm gonna say, call me that again. You're gonna see some of the other cool shit my sword can do. Go ahead and check the body. And I want to read the letter.
Okay, you want to read the letter.
Fair enough. I will check the body.
As you're checking the body, do you want to read it out loud or to yourself?
I'll go ahead and read it to Nicole Maxwell. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to keep too many secrets, and he won't trust me.
Bear in mind, this is very difficult to read out, even in the book. So this is me doing my best. Hail thee of might and valor. I, the Burgomeister of Moravia, should have known that. Send you honor with despair. Send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Kalayana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. How my dear Irina languishes and dies. That doesn't sound right. Okay, yeah. Languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too. Period.
Sorry.
He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for the dead, and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves, and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. Signed, Kalayan Indinovic, Burgomeister, Master. Did y'all follow that, or
Yeah,
was that...
I got the majority of it.
Okay.
If anyone needs me to summarize.
I'm just saying, that's what I'm dealing with.
I give you a legitimate cursive letter.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Like, it's not the cursive. I understand cursive. It's just, it's like,
very weirdly print. Like
It's
my,
a very specific cursive that's very hard to read.
so my dad's handwriting?
So I hate cursive because every one of them is different.
Everyone writes it different, so, which, granted, we're looking at that kind of handwriting.
My handwriting
You
is
know
funny. 'Cause
what?
It's almost like, my handwriting is funny because it's almost like a mix in between cursive and normal lettering.
That's what I do.
It's weird.
I'm not bubbly.
Like,
Okay. What do you guys want to do with that information? Namely you two, because you're the
I
only
say
ones
we
that
don't
heard
know.
it. And
We don't know yet.
Huh, she's forward.
She doesn't even know that there is a letter.
Well, I'd say that's about as much as we need from this, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. Did I find anything on the body?
You don't really find anything besides the letter and the switch. He was a commoner. He was wearing normal commoner clothing, had a normal commoner haircut. You can see that he had some pretty severe wounds that seemed to be made upon his body throughout the normals of his life. A little bit more extensive than what you are used to seeing for someone so young, even a clumsy human. Some bite marks and claw marks, but they healed given enough time. But now he's dead.
Well, I didn't find anything on the body, but I'd sure not like to stick around in case whatever killed this poor boy is still around.
Agreed. I say
I will say you hear several howls in the distance.
Well, as I said, I believe we have a decent idea of what beast might have done this. I say, let the dead rest and let's move forward.
Okay.
And before I turn to leave, I'll go ahead and leave 2 silver pieces, 1 on each eye.
Respect. Okay. So you close the eyes and lay 1 silver piece upon each. It's a.
Combined.
It's an old Englishman. It's payment for the ferryman.
I'm sorry.
It's an old English thing.
I know it is. It's in
Well, I mean, they did it.
Jim Carrey's.
The Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I was just like, oh, yeah, I kind of want this. Just kidding.
Ferryman.